and have a Q&A. And then we also like to welcome one of our business owners, small business owners on Post Office to come and promote their shop as well. And the first one we're going to have tonight is Kathryn Zimmerman, and she is our next door neighbor at the Style Company, which is the greatest clothing store ever. Yeah.
So I, as Mika said, I own the Style Company, which is like right there. And I am a local. Kathryn, did I say my name already?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Okay, so there's actually two parts here. So we're going to start with the Style Company. So I took over the Style Company in 2011. I was originally located on 14th and Winnie. I was there 6.5 years and then made the move to Post Office Street about 2.5 years ago. So I've been in business a little over 8 years now, which is kind of a big deal.
Nice. Congratulations.
So I sell women's clothing. Sorry, guys.
Gorgeous.
Unless you're like into that stuff, then I have stuff for you too. So I do women's clothing, accessories, jewelry. A lot of my jewelry is handmade by local artists.
This right here?
Yes,
Made
that
by her
was
mother?
made by my mom. And this one too. Actually, these two were as well. But I, like I said, I'm originally from here. I've been in retail about 20 years, which is also kind of crazy. My first degree is actually in art. That is my first love, is art. I've been drawing and painting since I was a little girl. And my parents told me that I had to go to school, to college, after I graduated. So I went to art school, and I almost flunked out.
Nice.
So in between art school and my second degree is in business from A&M, which I graduated with honors.
Yes.
So that's kind of crazy. In between then I was a stewardess on private yachts for 6 years.
Oh,
So
wow.
then came back home. The Style Company literally fell in my lap. I was working there for 6 months, and the woman who owned it decided that that was not what she wanted to do, and she was going to close. And I remember standing in the store, and I was changing a mannequin, and I literally said to myself, I want to do this every day. And if I could find a way to do this every day, this would make me happy. And I did. I took over the business like 4 months later. So the universe answered my prayers.
Nice.
Thank you. Yeah.
I thought it was yours the whole time.
No,
Well, it should have been.
I took over. Yeah. So yeah. So I took over the business from her and then kept it going.
Nice. You're doing very, very well.
Thank you. So these are just a couple of pieces that I have. There's many, many, many others. I just decided to grab the ones out the windows.
Cool.
Yeah.
I know. I want that skirt so bad. I can't stand it.
It's cute, right?
Yeah.
Your birthday's a long way off.
I love you, honey.
So then my first love, and this is what makes me money. This is what pays my rent. I love it, but this is my passion.
Nice.
And I have never ever really shared my art with anyone, even when I was in school. I'd never sold a piece, I'd never been in exhibits, I just collected, and everything went into my mother's home. Because when I painted, I got really attached to my pieces, and I didn't, and as artists, you probably know that,
Yep.
you don't want to let them go. Or you're like, God, I just really don't like this piece, but then there's something about it that starts, that's how that piece. I did this one for my father, and this one is in the store, which I have a lot of my prints in the store, and a lot of my paintings in there as well. But I hated this painting when I finished it. And then it grows on you, and then you love it, and then you can't let it go. So then you give it to people who you know that will love it, and you can see it again. So it's like an old friend. So now I have it in my store and I get to see it every day. And my dad always said it actually hung in National Marine Fisheries in their conference room for probably 15 years. This is from my first year in college.
What college did you go to?
Well, this is from Galveston College.
Oh, nice, okay.
So I spent my first year in Galveston College, and then I went to TLU, Texas Lutheran.
Yeah. Nice.
So it hung in the conference room, and then when he retired, he gave it back to me to hang in the shop. And he told me that if anyone's interested in it, sell it. And so he's like, just put a price on it. And I was like, all right. So I put a price that I didn't think anyone would be attracted to. I think I could have probably sold it 4 times. And each time the person was like, I said, well, it's really not mine, it's my dad's. And he, let me call him. And then when I told him, he's like, no, don't sell it. So it's not for sale. It's just permanently in the store. So I started out in acrylic, and then when I was in college, my senior year, I took a watercolor class, and I never went back to acrylic. So these are a couple of my watercolors. I actually just finished this one today, sitting in the store.
Very cool.
And then this one I did for my boyfriend. He's a bass fisherman, so I actually get a lot of commissioned pieces from guys who like to fish. So I do a lot of fish paintings and whatnot. But now I'm selling my art. I'm sharing it with everyone, and I guess I never did because I didn't think people would like it. But I think that's every artist. Am I right? Yes?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah? Pretty much, yeah.
But once I put it out there and I got the reactions and they were always positive,
It's a beautiful painting.
Yes, yeah.
my confidence just went up.
That thing never looked so good.
So, but that's me.
That's the only dead fish Samantha will be happy with.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm pretending that they're still in the water.
They are. They're in the
And
water.
they're just all swimming together because they love each other.
They
Oh, I'm
do.
sorry.
I forgot. I'm sorry, Samantha.
That's just how every time I see it, that's what I think about. So I love it. I think it's a great picture.
I do too.
Sucks, I can't share my photos with them.
So, but that's me, and that's primarily what my art is about. It always comes from places I've been and experiences and that kind of stuff. So,
Very cool.
any questions or no?
Any questions, guys?
This one?
Yeah.
Probably like 3 weeks.
Wow.
I did do you guys know about the Turtles About Town?
Yes.
Have you heard of?
Mhm.
So I was sponsored to do one, and she is going on the Strand.
Oh, awesome.
Done. She's just waiting in the warehouse. So she'll be on 21st and Strand, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. And can't wait. I can't share photos yet because my sponsors are like, no, don't show anyone yet.
Can
So.
you share the story that you have about your personal connection with your turtle?
So my father is a marine biologist, and he used to, when we were younger, we would go into the turtle barn with him. So and he'd always take us in, and I guess they've always been a part of my life. So, and then he didn't do a lot with the turtles. He did a lot with the marshlands and the nurseries and the marshlands. And in the mornings, he would take us out to the state park. And in the early morning when we were kids, and we'd run around the state park, and he'd collect samples, and so we were always around it, and it's always a memory I'm gonna have for the rest of my life. It's part of who I am, his work. So, and he did a lot of good work.
Nice.
That's a great connection.
So he was the laboratory director for NOAA for 30 years. And he retired 4 years ago, and they miss him. So, yeah, it's a big part of my